So one question that people can ask is, what happens next? I spent 36 hours, 2 days, 5 days, 21 days, 40 days of fasting. What is going to happen? So this is what is going to happen in my case after 21 days of water fast. I'm going to increase my weight by 2% of body fat. All of this is expected and normal. And then I'm going to increase my weight by 5 to 10 pounds. And this is the reason. One of the things people will notice when they fast is that the shape of the face is going to change a little bit. Why? Because you're rehydrating yourself. You are now consuming fat and more, and well, most importantly, calories. You're not working on ketones anymore, and the body knows about that. So the face is going to get a little bit more. You're going to have like a less like an Ozempic face, if you know what I mean. It's going to get healthier. Right now, it looks like the reason of increasing the 10 pounds of weight is the following. Weight is a very complex name. It's very simplistic, just one word, but it's very complex. So our body weight, lots of it is actually glycogen and glucose. Without that, many things won't work, including building your muscles. Those elements weigh a lot. So most of the weight that I'm going to recover in the next 30 days, 10 pounds, between 5 to 10 pounds, is just that, which is great. The other part is going to be material in my digestive tract. And I will increase 2% of my body fat because the body is coming out of its shock. And now it's going to get back and say, okay, I need to replenish a little bit of my reserves. The good part of it is that that fat that is going to be recovered, it's beige fat and not white fat cells. What it means is that it's going to be fat that the body knows it can use rapidly for thermogenesis, which means it can be used for heat generation. Thermogenesis, and I'm going to do a video all about it, is just fascinating. When we are babies, we are full of brown fat because the lack of shivering effect that we have. So the body says, you cannot shiver. I'm going to give you fat that is going to keep you warm without shivering. And that decreases when you age. Well, that's part of the rejuvenation thing on my protocol, that when you cannot, I don't think you can convert your white cells into brown cells like you were a baby, but somewhere in the middle, which is called the beige fat. So that's going to be the 2% you're going to increase. Then you don't have to expect to increase more weight than that. So the rebounds that people think like, oh, you're fasting and you're going to have rebounds. See, you lost 10 pounds and then you're getting back another 10 pounds. So that's awful. Nope. That 10-pound back is glycogen, glucose, and material in your digestive tract, not fat, if you do it correct. Now, the other question that probably is going to be shocking for many while fasting is the following. I look the same. I see in the mirror, I spent 21 days, I look exactly the same. I have my safe low handles, my pectorals look the same, or my hips, or my everything looks the same. And in fact, it does. But this is the reason. The objective of fasting is not to change your morphology. The change of water fasting is not change the way you see the morphologic aspect of your body. Is to reduce visceral fat and reset your immune system, your T cell, your stem cells, all of the magic that happens within you that does not look in the mirror. But this is the reason. The body knows what's urgent. The body knows what's lethal. And what is lethal is not subcutaneous fat. On the contrary, subcutaneous fat in a way is good because it protects you from the cold, from the elements. It actually stores toxins like heavy metals. That's the garbage can of your body. And there are more urgent things to dispose other than the garbage, right? So the body focuses on visceral fat, and visceral fat is very hard and tricky to lose. Have you ever wondered why visceral fat has the name visceral? Because it's in your middle section, and the reason it's in your middle section is because your organs say, this is my protective mechanism. This is where my energy stores are, closer to the organs. That's the key part. They are close. Therefore, you really need to convince your body that it's not an emergency, that everything is fine, so they can start using visceral fat. See why it's so hard? That's why you can. That's why people can be like skinny fat. But those people who are skinny fat, where is the fat? In the abdominal area, because it's the hardest. Well, I would say the hardest is the white fat cells. Happens that the white fat cells are in the abdominal area, but that's subcutaneous. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about this visceral fat. The visceral fat is the one that makes you have cancer, diabetes, autoimmune diseases, Alzheimer, dementia, all of those things that are not good at all. So when you lose visceral fat, it doesn't really look in the mirror. It's internal. You're going to see it on the scale. And if you have a smart scale, it can actually tell you if it is visceral fat or not. But it's not easy to see. But it's the one that is going to save your life. That's number one. The number two is the subcutaneous fat, as I explained, is going to stay there. It's not going to make much change because that's not the reason of fasting. But this is the way you can see it and keep motivated while fasting. If you take a picture of yourself in the mirror, day one, and then you start taking pictures every 2 days, every day, every week, depending on your fast, you're going to see that you look exactly the same, but just smaller. See that? It's funny. If you have the method of putting your feet in the same place, the same light, the camera at the same spot, and then you kind of fade in, fade out, or move the opacity or transparency of the photo, you're going to see that actually you look exactly the same, but smaller. But that's the reason, because your visceral fat occupies space in your thoracic area and everywhere. Your arms are going to look the same, your legs, everything is going to look the same. It's in the abdominal area mostly. So that's the change. Now you say, well, but I wanted to lose my love handles, or I want to, look better. Body recomposition. Well, the body recomposition do not happen in fasting. Let me just put that out there. It's the only reason of water fasting is you're saving your life from the visceral fat, from the toxins, from, very important, the mitochondrial regeneration. The mitochondria is the engine of your cells. When they are sick, when they have all of that, there is no mechanism in modern society that actually programs its dead and get new ones, which is called autophagy, which actually that got discovered very recently by a Nobel Prize scientist. So all of this is very new and demonstrable. So when you fast, many things regenerate in your body. That's the objective. The objective is not that you're looking like, awesome on the beach. It's to save your life. That's what I did it. And that's what I have been doing for the last 30 years. The body recomposition actually happens now when I stop my fasting, because now you're going to have the energy to do resistance training. Is very important. You're going to have the energy of eating healthy, and this is one of the discoveries of Dr. Alan Goldhammer in all his lectures, essays, papers, and conferences, that the taste buds in your mouth changes. You stop craving nachos, hamburgers, all of that, and you're just craving salads and fruits, and it's so true. So that's when the recomposition starts. Then your subcutaneous fat, your white fat cells, the rest of your visceral fat is going to now gradually start to come off, because remember, this is not a race, it's a marathon, it's a lifestyle. If I took 40 years to be that bad, it's not going to take me 2 months to be good, right? And there are many things that are not recoverable, which we don't know. The science is very new, so you have to be conscious that this is kind of a intervention, self-intervention, that is going to tell you, hey, time to change my lifestyle for good. So that's the reason why, if you see the mirror, there is no visible change. I hope I explained it good. If not, ask me questions in the comments below. I will personally answer each one of those.